Hey guys, this is lesson 6.1 for pre-algebra. So title your notes, ratios and unit rates. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities or numbers by division. So really it is a fraction. So when you write the word ratio, I want you to focus on fraction. When you see it, think fraction. There are three ways to write ratios. So the first way is 5 to 7, or 5 dot dot 7, that's a colon, or 5 over 7, which is a fraction. So there's three different ways you can write them, and you'll see them. A lot of times, like in marketing and in our everyday lives, we see the 5 to 7 when they might say 5 to 7 people agree that so-and-so is better. Coke is better than Pepsi or whatever. So here's an example. There are 7 red stripes and 6 white stripes on the flag of the United States. Write the ratio of red stripes to white stripes in 3 ways. So push pause, try this real quick, and then we'll go over it. Okay, so there are 3 ways. This is messed up. 7 to 6, 7 dot dot 6, or 7 over 6. Okay, next, equivalent ratios. Writing equivalent ratio is the same as writing equivalent fractions. You can multiply each number in the ratio by the same number. So, it says, find a ratio equivalent to 4/5. So what I did is I just double the top, double the bottom, and get 8/10. Pretty simple. So you can divide each number in the ratio by the same number. So you can also go backwards. So that is multiplying by 2 on both. So just write these examples. You don't need to write everything out. So here's another example. Write the ratio 2 yards to 20 feet as a fraction. So 2 yards to 20 feet. So now this one's a little bit trickier because you have to figure out, okay, 2 yards equals 6 feet. So it would be 6 to 20 or 6 dot dot 20 or 6 over 20. So when you are doing these rates and ratios, you want to make sure that you have the same unit. That's a key point. So you're going to make sure they're both in the same unit. Okay, so try this one. Ratios, this just says ratios must compare same units. 1 yard equals 3 feet, so multiply 2 by 3. So try these on your own and check your answer. We'll go over it. So push pause. Okay, so it says find an equivalent ratio to 7/9. So an equivalent ratio would be 7/9. I'm going to times this by 2 and this by 2 and get 14/18. Or you can times it by 3 and get 21 over 27. Or you could add a 0 and get 70 over 90. There's a lot of different ways. Write the ratio 3 gallons to 10 quarts as a fraction in simplest form. Note that 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So 3 gallons to 10 quarts. I'm going to change that first. So 3 gallons times 4 would be 12 quarts to 10 quarts. And they want it as a fraction in simplest form. So it'd be 12 over 10, which equals 6 over 5. Okay, a rate is a ratio that compares two quantities with different units. So an example, 65 miles an hour is how fast we travel. $1.99 for a pound of hamburger, or 45 meters per second is how fast people run. So a unit rate is the rate for 1 unit of a given quantity. So write down those 2 definitions. All right. All my stuff is messed up for some reason. You earn $28 for 4 hours of work. So this right here is a rate, okay? It compares two quantities with different units, dollars and hours. So that is a rate, okay? We just talked about ratios, and back before, a ratio has to have the same quantity or the same unit, and a rate has different units. So find the unit rate. In other words, how much do you make in 1 hour? So when I want the unit rate, you have to get it down to a single unit, not 4 hours. I want just 1 hour. So $28 divided by 4 is $7 per hour. Okay, try on your own. Find the unit rate for 210 heartbeats in 3 minutes. So really all you have to do is 210 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 21 7 times. So it would be 70 heartbeats per minute. Per 1 minute. Okay, so now try this unit rate. Dog food costs 35 cents a pound. How much does a 20-pound bag cost? So you're going to do 20 times 35 cents. 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 0 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And I move my decimal twice after, so it's $7. So this unit really, this section is about stuff that we use every single day. At the grocery store, shopping, all of that. Okay, so which is the better buy? So this is just an example. You don't need to write this down, just listen. Okay, so you have 2 sizes of shampoo. I have a 16-ounce shampoo for $6.19. Or a 13.5-ounce shampoo for $3.99. Okay, so when you are trying to figure out the better buy, you have to do it as a unit rate. You have to get them in the same, they both are in ounces, which is good. And you're going to divide. So if you look here, the money cost always goes on the top of the fraction. So you'd have $3.99 divided by 13.5 ounces, and $6.19 divided by 16 ounces. Then I get my cost per ounce, and this one's 30 cents, and this is 39. So therefore, this smaller one would actually be the better buy. Everyone always thinks it's a bigger one, but in this case, the smaller one is actually cheaper. I'd rather pay 30 cents an ounce than 39 cents an ounce. Okay, so try this. 3 pounds of potatoes for 89 cents or 5 pounds of potatoes for $1.59. Which one is the better buy? Okay, so what you're going to do is 89 cents divided by 3. So on your calculator, you do 89 cents divided by 3, and you get 0.296. Well, I can't go to the store and pay 29.6 cents. So that rounds up to 30 cents per pound. Or I'm going to do $1.59. Remember, the money always goes on top. Divided by 5. And that equals 0.318. So that would be 32 cents. So this bag is the better buy. The smaller bag is the better buy. Okay, last thing is converting a rate. Now, I want you to just write down this. Convert 10 miles per hour to feet per minute. This might be very confusing, and we will go over it, but this is really fun. I know I'm a total geek, but I think it's fun. Okay, so when you start off, you have to start off with 10 miles per hour. So write down 10 miles per hour. And I also typed it up right here so you can see it 2 different ways. So I want to get feet per minute. Okay, so I have to get rid of hours and miles. I have to change those. So how you do it is you times them by different rates. Okay, so this is 10 miles per hour. If I want to get rid of hour, I'm going to put it on top, because if I have one on top and one on bottom, they can cancel each other out. And so now I've gotten rid of hours. But with this, I need to still keep an hour, which is 60 minutes. So hopefully that makes sense. Like, what you're doing is you look at what's on the bottom on your denominator and you put that on the numerator of the next fraction. And then you write an equivalent statement underneath, but change the unit. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. These equal each other. They are the same exact thing. I'm just putting the hour on the top to get rid of it. So now I have my minutes on the bottom, and I'm good because I wanted, look back at what I wanted. They wanted it feet on the top and minute on the bottom. Feet per minute. It would look like this. Feet per minute. Well, I've got my minutes on the bottom of my fraction, so I'm good there. Miles, however, I have to get rid of. So I'm going to put miles down here. So notice I had miles right here. I'm going to put miles down here. And now since I put it in the denominator, I can cross off the numerator here because there's one on top and one on bottom. I specifically chose to put it in the denominator because I wanted to get rid of it. And now I have to figure out feet on top, and I know that 5,280 feet are in 1 mile. So now I'm left with feet per minute. And I have to do my 10 times 1 times 5,280 divided by 60 to get my answer, which you can see here is 888 feet per minute. We will do more of these. I just wanted to get you a quick introduction to it. And okay, so we're not going to try this. We're going to try that tomorrow. So that's it for your notes.